Hello everyone, this is Energy Crisis, the energy drink report. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you can see it's a real interesting change of venue, a scenic change of venue, and perhaps you can say, ever coincidentally to the title of this video, a perhaps warmer weather, perhaps summertime change of venue. That's right, we're outside. I don't live in some giant, dome that has trees in it or anything. I'm actually outdoors. Wow, review bro, you're actually outdoors. You left the house for once, but I am. I'm outdoors. We're here. I said let's set up a nice little scenic setting for this review, and why not? Energy drink review, of course. And again, as I said, I think it'll be a nice little setting corresponding to the to the drink that we're reviewing. Today's review is for Red Bull, ladies and gentlemen. The summer edition. That's right, it's the summer edition of Red Bull, and you can see it's almost a summer-like setting. Some people say it's the unofficial start of summer. I disagree. I think it starts on either June 21st or 22nd, but it's nice outside at least. The summer edition of Red Bull Kiwi Twist energy drink vitalizes body and your mind. Serving size is 1 can, 160 calories per serving. 38 grams of sugar per serving, less than 1 gram of protein. It contains vitamin B12, B6, phantotenic acid, 70%, and niacin. Caffeine content is 114 milligrams per 12 fluid ounces, and this can, in fact, is approximately 12 fluid ounces. That is what it holds. Ingredients, of course, carbonated water, sucrose, glucose, citric acid, taurine, natural and artificial flavors, sodium citrate, caffeine, colors, blue 1, etc., etc., and not recommended for children, pregnant or nursing women, and or persons sensitive to caffeine. Red Bull, the summer edition, the taste of kiwi, artificially flavored, the wings of Red Bull, because they can't say Red Bull gives you wings anymore, because it's been scientifically proven that it does not. After intense observations, it's been noted that you don't actually sprout wings from Red Bull anymore. You used to, but you don't anymore. Red Bull is appreciated worldwide by top athletes, busy professionals, college students, and travelers on long journeys, as well as shortwave listeners, rock stars, and energy drink reviewers. That's crazy. Well, alright, the summer edition of Red Bull. Kiwi Twist, as it says. It's kiwi with maybe a twist. Maybe it means that there's kiwis that were twisted by hand before they made this. But I don't know. Kiwi Twist. A very confusing name, I will say. Kiwi twisting it up, though, apparently. And the summer edition, favorite season of mine. I think summer, very, very nice name as well. Favorite of mine. Let's open this drink up and see what we got. Maybe it'll be green, reflecting the color on the can. It's green. It's green. That's no one gets the reference. That's what I once said back in Energy Drink Review number 6 when I tried out AMP. I said it's green, but it is a light green in color. It is very very pleasant, as you can surely see. It's a light green in color, almost lime colored, but very light green. Very light green. I think those birds behind me agree as well that it is indeed green. Alright, well, can't really smell much from this drink. Really can't smell all too much from it, so we'll just start sipping away, and I'll let you know if it really does have that kiwi flavor we've all hoped and dreamed to have in a Red Bull, and we'll see. Maybe our dreams will come true. Ladies and gentlemen, bottoms up, cheers, and happy June. I don't know if you could hear it, but if you hear like a little meowing around the camera, that's a cat. Big fan of the channel, actually. He says his favorite review is actually the classic pan pizza one. Of all things, believe it or not, I don't know why. I never was a fan of the suit in that one myself. But he's hanging out, watching the review live in the flesh. Okay. I think we drank a sufficient amount to, offer our opinions. Well, for the heck of it, why not? There's not too much left. We'll pour the remainder of this beverage into this siphate receptacle, as they call it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, what does it taste like? It's the summer edition of Red Bull. Does it taste like Kiwi Twist? I don't know where they got the twist from. I think they just added that in to make it sound nice, the name. However, the name is on point. Now you take a sip of it. The drink itself is lightly carbonated, very lightly carbonated. You really can't really see much of it at all in the drink itself. Very little visible effervescence. However, when you do take a sip of the drink, you do notice a very brief little tinge of carbonation and that little bit of a sizzling, a little bit of just the bubbles popping, that little tingliness from it. And after that, though, there's really two things that you're going to notice. Now, number one, of course, is a sweetness, which makes sense. The drink itself is quite sweet in nature. Well, hello. Hello. How you doing? How you doing? That's the cat we were talking about. So we'll just give the review nonetheless with the cat on hand. Hello there. Yeah, have a seat. Why not? So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the drink itself, is sweet in nature. It is a sweet drink. However, when they talk about the drink, it has that type of a kiwi flavor to it. That drink itself does have, that type of kiwi flavor to it. It has that little bit of a... Oh, now he's being bad. All right. There wasn't anything in it, so you could knock it over anyways. It's fine, It's fine. You could hang out here. You're good. You're good. You're good. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, the drink itself has a kiwi type of flavor to it. Offers that little bit of I'm sorry. The fact of the matter is that the drink has a bit of a bit of a kiwi flavor. Has a bit of a kiwi flavor to it as well. The kiwi itself, though, does offer a bit of a tanginess and a bit of a, it does offer that little bit of a tanginess, which pleasantly contradicts the amount of sweetness that the drink offers as well. But the fact of the matter is that it does offer a bit of a tanginess to it, and that really does pleasantly contradict the the sweetness of all the sugar in it as well. Overall, though, I think it is a nice drink. Best served cool, of course. Has that light carbonation to it, which I think really works well with it. And again, as I reiterate, the drink itself, does as I said, does have that nice kiwi flavor, that nice little tanginess from the kiwi flavor. That, as I said, does a good job contradicting the sweetness to it. However, it's a real good summery flavor, and I recommend it, especially in warmer weather like today. I think it's nice and fun to drink this maybe on a cool evening with cat in hand, and just enjoy the weather. Pick up some shortwave stations perhaps, and I think it works out good though. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, this drink itself is around $2 in price, which is standard of Red Bull, and all in all, I think it works out well. I think it's a good drink for the price. I think it's an all right drink. Hopefully, the effectiveness will be good, but overall, I think it was a good drink. So, out of 10, ladies and gentlemen, what am I going to be rating the summer edition of Red Bull? Out of 10, I'm going to be giving this drink. Well, out of 10, I'm going to be giving this drink, simply put, an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a very nice drink. It's for sure got that good kiwi flavor, that good little tanginess that comes with it, which does a really good job contradicting the sweetness from the sugar in the drink as well. I think it's just pleasant. I think it's priced all right. And I think it's great, especially, for warmer weather. I think it'll be real fun to drink on a summer evening or even a summer day to cool you down. So I think it deserves the rating that it's got, and I think it's a pretty good product nonetheless. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all I got for you. This is Energy Crisis, the Energy Drink Report. I'm your host, Report of the Week, and this is our cat and most loyal viewer right here. Take care.